Dear Pixie, you asked us. I thought this planet was moving into the 4th or 5th dimension, but I have recently been told that we have actually anchored 12 dimensions on this planet. Is this true? I am confused. Are we supposed to be activating into the 5th dimension? Or are we supposed to be going higher into the 12th dimension? The 12 dimensions you speak of have always been available. They are not new dimensions that have suddenly appeared upon your Earth for the first time. They have always been there on your Earth as part of the energy matrix or grid of your planetary body. The difference that has occurred recently is that these dimensions have been seen, if you will, by a certain amount of individuals within humanity. The fact that they have been seen or felt by this certain amount of individuals makes them accessible. One could also say that stargates or portals into these dimensions that once lay dormant are now activated, or that once lay closed are now opened. All these different explanations are truthful viewpoints of the same situation. The most aligned, or should we say most relevant expression of these dimensions is that of your DNA. For one could say that the 12-strand DNA formation matches the 12th dimensional matrix or planetary grid that we speak of. Therefore, as you activate these quantum filaments of light or strands within your DNA, your consciousness allows you to perceive these other dimensions. Your consciousness allows you to open or activate these stargates or portals. What is interesting to note is that these light strands do not necessarily restructure in a linear progression, as one within third density would imagine. The light filaments do not climb the mathematical counting scale, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. The activations and restructuring of the light filaments within your DNA are switching on, as it were, in a non-linear fashion. They wink in and out of existence before they set, if you will, as a field or matrix within your biological system. This is a process, and this takes time. Each person moving forward at their own pace. This process is one many know as ascension. Another term to describe this process would be enlightenment. Another, perhaps more relevant term to describe this process would be evolution. This process is happening in one degree or another to every living organism and to that which you perceive as non-living on your planet Earth. Once an individual embraces the 5th dimensional reality, then the triggering begins for the 12th dimensional matrix or restructuring of the 12-strand quantum helix or 12 light filaments within the DNA. If one looks with a more quantum eye, taking into account that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, then one will see, from that perspective, that there are indeed 24 light filaments that are restructuring. From that point of view, there is a 24th dimensional matrix template anchored upon your planet. This perspective is seen when one looks at matter and antimatter as a merged reality. So too is there a 144th light filament matrix within the DNA on a quantum level. This is seen from the flower of life, sacred geometry of creation, source frequency perspective. From this viewpoint, there are 144 dimensions available on your planet. This perspective is viewed from the point of view of the loops in time, the repeating quantum timelines, the time jumps, string theory, and parallel universes. What does this mean, therefore, to the ascending individual in the context of your question? If the fifth dimensional reality is embraced, then the triggering of the 12, 24, or 144 light matrices are triggered. These are triggered simultaneously from our perspective, and at your pace in a non-linear fashion from your perspective. Therefore, within the context of your question, whilst it is true that 12, 24, and 144 light matrix formations or dimensions are available on your planet, the ascending individual need only focus upon fifth dimensional unity consciousness in order for these dimensions to be reached or accessed. Fifth dimensional consciousness is non-linear, meaning future, present, and past are presented in a non-linear fashion, or merged. The 12th dimension is in your future, a long way in your future from a third density perspective. Yet from a fifth density perspective, the 12th dimension can be in your present, your past, or your future, as this dimension is non-linear. Therefore, it is the fifth dimension that is being anchored upon your planet through your collective understanding of it and your collective expansion of consciousness. Fifth dimensional concepts can be explained in words, in language. Yet beyond the fifth dimension, it becomes increasingly more difficult to explain concepts in words, partly because sixth dimensional energy and beyond is no longer conceptualized. The language here is metaphor, symbolism, color, language of light, and vibration. Yet through metaphor, archetypal presentation, and the language of light sacred geometry, the frequency of the sixth dimension and beyond can be communicated telepathically. Yet these telepathic frequencies beyond the fifth dimension are not conceptualized. Therefore, for ease of explanation, we speak of a fifth dimensional reality upon your planet. It is the fifth dimensional energy that is being anchored, conceptualized, processed, and understood. It is the very processing of and understanding of the fifth dimension that is anchoring the fifth dimension. Sixth dimensional frequencies are currently coming through higher self portals, and therefore they are activating you, but one could not necessarily say they are anchored upon your planet, yet they are part of the planetary matrix or planetary grid. Therefore, as we said, these sixth dimensional frequencies are currently coming through higher self portals and are activating you. Or rather, your telepathic receiving of them activates the sixth dimension. From this perspective, from this place, and it is indeed a place, not a literal third dimensional place, but a place nonetheless. From this place, your telepathic receiving of the energies and the energies coming through from the higher self to activate you are one and the same thing. We could give you an example of this process. We, the white-winged collective consciousness of 9, broadcast our communications from a predominantly sixth dimensional perspective. Our conduit, Magenta Pixie, receives this broadcast and translates the frequency through her fifth dimensional consciousness. This is then broadcast within a fifth dimensional language to those who receive it. Our conduit, Magenta Pixie, then processes this information through her fourth and third dimensional consciousness. The processing time within linear expression can be a few hours to several months or even years, moving in layers of understanding. Each recipient shall process at their own pace. Therefore, if we, the white-winged collective consciousness of 9, broadcast from a sixth dimensional perspective, Does this mean that we are sixth dimensional beings from the sixth density? Indeed it does. Therefore, does this mean that we are not seventh, eighth, or ninth density individuals? Does this mean that we do not access the 12th dimension? Are we not the 144 light filaments, quantum existing within the DNA of our conduit Magenta Pixie, and thus within DNA itself? Indeed, we are all these. We exist in all these dimensions, and we broadcast from whichever dimension our conduit is most able to receive, decode, and translate, which is currently sixth dimensional. This is what we mean when we say we exist within the sixth dimension. The seventh density frequency comes through many at this time as healing frequencies. Those working with angelic light frequencies, the silver ray, the platinum ray, the diamond light, the higher crystal matrix, the silver star Merkaba formation, the Christed sphere vibration, the higher council of Lyra, the federations of the Law of One, and the Order of the Higher Light. These terminologies, and more names there are and shall be yet, are seventh dimensional frequencies, light-coded filament strands in words, presented as higher quantum DNA triggers for formation of the seventh strand helix, seventh dimensional matrix. Beyond this is pure frequency, accessed by sound, colour, vibration, and the higher emotion of bliss-charged love. Therefore, it matters not your conceptualized processing of these frequencies. We acknowledge the perceived complicated patterns that are presented here. Yet these complicated patterns give rise to activation in your drive, direction, and determination to decode them and process into understanding of them. Yet the simplicity is this: how you feel is your clue to your spiritual place within this evolution, within this ascension. You need not concern yourself with which dimension you exist within or how much of your DNA is activated. If this causes you confusion, negative emotion, or resistance to the entire concept, then you need not look this way, for it is not necessary for ascension. If you wish to understand, to know, to decode, then those that broadcast to you from the higher dimensions will aid you and guide you in this decoding. The minute you express this desire, or wish the higher teams of light support, as it were, they shall endeavour to aid you in this on all levels. If you wish to take this journey from the point of view of self, without perceived outside assistance from the teams of light, as it were, then this shall work for you also, for both perspectives are in truth one and the same. You are ascending and evolving with help from many collectives, teams, councils, guides, and extraterrestrials. This is truth. You are ascending and evolving without outside assistance. You are doing this all yourself. This is truth. Therefore, if you wish to understand the 12th dimensional model or the 12-strand DNA reconstruction, you shall be given the answers, or you shall find the answers yourself. If you are happy to work with raising to 5th dimensional awareness and the activation of the light body, this is where you shall work, and you shall still be embracing the same place, as it were. For within the non-linear reality, any dimension beyond the 5th dimension is that of unity consciousness. The dimensions are superimposed upon one another, and if one does not wish to climb the linear ladder, as it were, the Stargates are available for instant wormhole travel. One can move from the 5th dimension to the 12th dimension, and back again at will. This is what we refer to as intergalactic or interdimensional travel. This is accessed through the higher stargates of hyperspace, the activation of the pineal gland, light body, and the exploration of the Akashic records, astral realities. Therefore, the 12th dimensional model has always been there. It is not some far-off mysterious place that forever eludes you, and admits only the privileged few who have a magical pass. No. It moves forward from the shadows of mystery into plain sight. The 12th dimensional model, the restructuring of the 12-strand DNA formation, is there for all and everyone. All are given the magical pass. You have but to use it. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9. Gateways within, gateways within, gateways within.